Hey, this is Vinyl Keith coming at you with another video. Today, today I want to focus on a couple of underrated bands, okay, from the 1970s. From that decade, usually, the names that come up most often is obviously, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, Van Halen in the later part of the decade, AC/DC, people like that, Cheap Trick. Those are some of the big heavy hitters. Now, there's a couple of bands here. I've got their debut albums I want to show you. These bands don't get talked about enough, or totally they fly under the radar, totally underrated. But they are fantastic. Fantastic hard rock / blues rock, borderline heavy metal at times. Borderline. Classic heavy metal, I would say. First one I want to talk about is Cactus. I thought that's kind of a cool album cover. Cactus was a band formed in Long Island, New York in 1969. Carmine Appice on drums, and Black Sabbath fans know that's Vinny Appice's older brother. Now, why they pronounce their last name different, I don't know. It's spelled the same. Appice, Appice. I guess one of them wanted to be different. Anyway, Carmine Appice, Tim Bogart on bass, Rusty Day vocals, and Jim McCarty on guitar. Jim McCarty used to be in the Detroit Wheels, for people who didn't know that. But yeah, this is a great album. Really heavy at times. Great stuff. There's the band right there. And this album was released July 1st, 1970. Fantastic album. I highly recommend Cactus. Okay. Now the next one I want to focus on is Angel. Now, this is a band formed out of Washington, D.C. in the mid-70s. I think 74 or 5, if I remember right. And they consist of Barry Brandt, Mickey Jones, Greg Giuffria, Punky Meadows, and Frank Domino. This album was released October 27th, 1975. And they were known for their white satin outfits they'd wear on stage when you saw them in concert. But don't let that fool you, they were heavy. Great hard rock, borderline heavy metal at times band. Fantastic stuff. This album just kicks all out ass. All the way through. Freaking love this record. So if you could find these two albums, if you're looking for stuff from back in the day, 1970s, I'm sure you heard all these stories about how great 70s rock is, all these underrated bands from the late 60s to the early 70s. These are two albums that fit that bill. Angel and Cactus. I highly recommend both of them. Until next time.